Matatalim mga kababayan yung laman ng pananalita ni Speaker Martin Romualdez kanina sa opening ng deliberations ng 2025 budget ng ating bansa. Parang two-edged sword, double blade. Tagos sa buto. Mga kababayan, yung naging speech ni Martin Romualdez, parang may pinariringgan. Para niya, Mr. Maravillas, alam ko na kung sino yung pinapatamaan ni Martin Romualdez. Malinaw po ang tinutumbok ni Martin. Nga. Nakalagay dito, mga kababayan, sa balita ng Inquirer. So, sabi dyan, Speaker on alleged budget misuse. Those with sins cannot point fingers. Pag ikaw anya may kasalanan ka, huwag kang manunuro. Tama? Tama naman. Kasi di ba may kasabihan tayo? Ang mailigan niya magturo, turo ka ng turo. Itatloan niya sa iyong intuturo, sa iyong daliri pala. Isa man lang yung intuturo pala, no? Pag ikaw anya na turo ng turo, tingnan mo niya yung iyong kamay. Tatlo ang nakaturo sa iyo. Yan sabi ni Martin, yung may mga kasalanan anya, referring to nagwaldas, nagmisyos, hindi tama yung paggamit ng pondo, huwag kanyang turo ng turo. Yeah. Tinambok mo talaga niya, Mr. Maravillas. So yan tuloy, mga kababayan, yung mga congressman, sa kakadaldal ni Inday, na-inspire sila na magsagawa ng investigasyon sa spending po ni Inday mismo. Paano niya ginastos yung kanyang pondo? Ito ngayon yung iniimbestigahan. And on Wednesday, yung Committee on Public Accountability, mga kababayan, chaired by Congressman Joel Chua ng Maynila, magsasagawa po ng committee hearing. Kakalkalin lahat kung paano ginastos ni Inday yung kanyang pondo. Kita ninyo, mga kababayan? Yan tama yung mga analysis natin. Ibinaon ni Inday yung kanyang sarili. At patuloy niyang binabaon yung kanyang sarili. Hindi man nina-advisean kasi ng tama ng kanyang mga kaalyado, mga political advisors. Lahat mali yung mga aksyon ni Inday. Alangan man tayo yung mag-advise, mga kababayan. Hindi man yan makikinig sa atin kasi matigas nga yung ulo. Spoiled brat, sabi ni. Di ba? Yes, sabi dito, public officials anya who committed irregularities, sabi ni Martin Romualdez, while on duty, should not blame others for their mistakes. Sa speech, mga kababayan, na diniliver ni Martin kanina, sa opening ng 2025 General Appropriations Bill, plenary deliberations, the House leader also said the chamber would not tolerate hypocrisy in those who ignore their own misuse of public funds. Hindi daw nila kukonsintihin. Talagang didiretsuhan po si Inday. Yun ang ibig sabihin nun. Hindi daw nila sa Congress ito tolerate yung mga hipokritong tao at yung mga nag-i-ignore ng kanilang maling paggamit ng pondo ng gobyerno. Kaya sisimula na po yung pag-imbestiga kung paano ginastos ni Inday yung kanyang pondo. Kakalkalin po ng committee ni Joel Chua, Congressman Joel Chua ng Maynila. So sabi po ng speaker, as legislators, we are not only guardians of the national purse, but also stewards of the people's trust. Every peso we allocate in this budget carries with it the sweat and sacrifice of millions of Filipinos. And it is our duty to ensure that these resources are spent wisely, effectively, and with absolute accountability. Matigas na bibigay diin ng speaker po na malamang yun ang endorse ng ating Pangulo. na kinagagalit mga kababayan ng mga supporters ni Inday kasi ang gusto nila si Inday ang mag-acting president na. Ang layo pa ng eleksyon, gustong tanggalin sa Palasyo Malacanang yung ating Pangulo. Si Inday na ang Pangulo. Di ba? Malabo po. Palabo ng palabo yung pangarap ng mga taga-Nausog po. Ang malinaw na nakikita natin ngayon, yung writings on the wall. Di ba? May warning pa, mga kababayan, na binitawan si Martin. Sabi niya, "To these individuals, I say, let us be clear. This chamber will not tolerate hypocrisy, nor will it stand idle in the face of such blatant disregard for public trust." So yan po ang writings on the wall, mga kababayan, na sinasabi natin. Connecting the dots, makikita ninyo kung ano yung ginagawa ng mga members ng Congress. Ito na nga po, yung Chief of Office ni Inday sa Pangasinan, sa satellite office niya doon, pinapaimbita para ipaliwanag kung paano ginastos yung pondo ng gobyerno. Yan po, House Committee on Good Government and Public Accountability to probe Sara's budget spending. Ito po, mga kababayan, yung sulat ni Congressman Joel Chua kay Mr. Acosta, yung head ng satellite office, mga kababayan, ni Inday sa Pangasinan. Yan o. The committee will conduct an initial deliberation with preliminary determination on privileged speech delivered by Congressman Rolando Valeriano calling for inquiry in aid of legislation on the budget utilization of the Office of the Vice President entitled Asserting the Power of the Purse of Congress. The committee requests you or your duly authorized representatives attendance on September 18, Wednesday, 10 o'clock in the morning in the People's Center in the House of Representatives. Your presence is necessary to provide clarification on the Office of the Vice President's budget utilization from your assumption of office up to the present, including questions on the projects, programs, and/or beneficiaries of said projects, programs in the satellite office in other related matters. Hindi lang po siya kasi kahit sa Maynila daw, hindi maintindihan kung saan ginamit yung pondo. Sino yung mga beneficiaries ni Inday? You see? Yes, sabi ni Martin, those who have their own sins cannot point fingers in front of Congress. Everyone will go through a correct process and no one will escape accountability. Di ba malinaw po ang mensahe ni Martin Romualdez? Walang makakatakas. Papanagutin ang dapat managot. Romualdez likewise stressed that the House always stands by the principles of transparency and accountability, contrary to what some may claim. Inubos kasi ninyo, mga taga-Nausog, mga Duterte, inubos ninyo yung pasensya. Siniraan yung Congress, si Martin Romualdez, yung ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos, ayaw ninyong tantanan. So ito na yung napakatalim na mensahe ni Speaker Martin. Mabait naman po si Martin, hindi nga sumasagot po. Kaya lang, inubos ninyo yung pasensya. Ang pasensya po kasi, naubos din yan. Sinagad ninyo eh. So sabi niya, we have worked tirelessly to ensure that every government agency's expenditure is examined with careful scrutiny and that every program funded by the people's money is aligned with the country's priorities. He further pointed out that the House favors no one and does not bend to pressure or special interests. Malinaw po na patama sa mga Duterte, lalo na kay Inday. Romualdez did not mention names, but on September 10, Vice President Sara Duterte released a video message alleging that the government budget is merely controlled by Romualdez and Appropriations Committee Chairman Representative Saldico. Duterte said both lawmakers manipulate the budget for their own benefit. On the same day, Duterte did not show up at the hearing for the budget of her office, and she sent an explanation letter instead to Romualdez and Co. So, ang akala mga kababayan ni Inday, kaya niyang sindakin yung mga congressmen. Hindi man po pasisindak sa kanila yung ating mga congressmen. Pakinggan natin mga kababayan yung parte ng naging speech ni Martin Romualdez kanina.
Majority Leader, Minority Leader, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, today we begin the plenary deliberations on House Bill 10800, the fiscal year 2025 General Appropriations Bill. This is more than just a budget or a financial document. It is the foundation upon which our nation's governance rests. It embodies our commitment to fiscal responsibility and the prudent use of our people's resources. As legislators, we are not only guardians of the nation's purse, but also stewards of the people's trust. Every peso we allocate in this budget carries with it the sweat and sacrifice of millions of Filipinos. And it is our duty to ensure that these resources are spent wisely, effectively, and with absolute accountability. Our budget policy, carefully crafted and thoroughly scrutinized, is designed to achieve fiscal discipline while addressing the urgent needs of our people. It reflects the aspirations of the nation and serves as a roadmap towards stability, progress, and shared prosperity. Ang bawat sentimo ng bayan ay sagrado at narito tayong upang tiyakin na ito ay nagagamit para sa tunay na kapakanan ng sambayanan. However, we cannot ignore the reality that there are those who seek to undermine our work. Critics who speak of accountability while conveniently ignoring their own misuse of public funds. To these individuals I say, let us be clear. This chamber will not tolerate hypocrisy, nor will it stand idle in the face of such blatant disregard of public trust.
Madaling sabi, hindi nila papalampasin sa Kongreso ang pagmamalabis. Alam na ninyo kung sino yung gumawa ng pagmamalabis, pangiinsulto, paninira, at lalo na pagwaldas ng pondo ng ating gobyerno. So, in the coming days mga kababayan, expect na lalong matataranta mga kababayan si Inday kasi hindi siya tatantanan ng Kongreso matapos niyang insultuhin, i-disrespect ang ating mga congressmen na ginagawa lang nila yung kanilang trabaho to protect the taxes of the Filipino people from misuse and abuse ng sino man. Yan po ang klarado na mensahe mga kababayan. Matigas yung pananalita mga kababayan ngayon ni Martin Romualdez. First time na ma-observe natin ito sa kanya. Palakpakan yung mga congressmen.
Hindi maaaring magturo ng daliri ang mga may sariling kasalanan. Sa harap ng Kongreso, lahat ay dadaan sa tamang proseso at walang makatakas sa pananagutan.
Walang makakatakas sa pananagutan. So papanagutin mga kababayan ng Kongres yung mga nag-abuso. At malamang sa malamang tama yung ating analysis kung ano ang sinapit ni Pacquiao. Ngayon mga kababayan, si Attorney Harry Roque puganti na si attorney. Pinagabol na mga kababayan ng mga pulis, nagtago na din. Baka kailangan po ninyo sa Congress yung tulong ni General Torre. I-assign ninyo po yung pag-aanap kay pag-aanap kay Attorney Roque, kay General Torre. Magaling yun eh. May instrument siyang nahiram na pati po heartbeat kahit 11 meters deep kaya mga kababayan na ma-detect. Pinagtatawanan ng mga vloggers nang nausog. Ayun, sirang-sira sila kasi napatunayan na mga sinungaling sila. Nagtatago talaga doon sa compound. Tama si General Torre. Kaya wala nang maniwala sa kanilang mga vloggers, kundi sila lang, nagbubulahan sila. Naiya naman kasi na akuin yung kanilang pagkakamali, kaya nanindigan na lang. Pati mga followers nila. Iyang-iya, kaya ang ginagawa ng mga followers nila, binabas tayong binabas, hoping na manghihina tayo. Mga kababayan, sabi ko nga, ang basing sa akin po, entertainment, natutuwa ako. Pag binabas ng mga taga-nausog, nagpaparty-party ako, sabi ko, stress na sila. Diba? Balikan natin mga kababayan itong matatalim na binitawang pananalita ni Martin Romualdez.
Of Representatives has always stood by principles of transparency and accountability. Contrary to what some people may claim, we have worked tirelessly to ensure that every government agency's expenditure is examined with careful scrutiny and that every program funded by the people's money is aligned with the country's priorities. I commend each and every one of you, my esteemed colleagues, for your diligence and commitment to defending the public's coffers. Our priority is the Filipino people, ensuring that public funds are responsibly allocated, well spent, and protected from abuse. Ang pera ng bayan ay hindi para sa pansariling pakinabang ng ilan.
Narinig na ninyo? Japosit. Hindi sa pangsarili dapat ginagamit ang pundo ng bayan. Hindi sa pangsariling interes. Pundo ng bayan, para sa bayan yan. Madaling sabi. Malinaw na sa inyo, mga nausog. Balikan natin si Martin.
Tungkulin natin bilang mga kinatawan na tiyakin ng bawat piso ay para sa pag-unlad at kapakanan ng ating kababayan.
Palagpakan ulit.
Let it also be known that this House favors no one. We do not bend to pressure or special interests. Instead, we remain vigilant in upholding the principles of good governance and fiscal responsibility. The eyes of the nation are on us and we will not fail them. Walang makakalusot sa ating pagsusuri. Tayo ang boses at mata ng taong bayan at sa kanilang pangalan tayo ang magbabantay laban sa pag-abuso at korupsyon.
Malinaw po, mga kababayan, talagang didikdikin yung nag-abuso po sa pondo ng gobyerno. Lalo't lumabas sa hearing po sa report ng COA, 73 million pesos ng 175 confidential funds disallowed. Mali yung paggamit. Walang sasantuhin ngayon yung ating Congress. With that statement, mga kababayan ni Martin, malamang kung may mag-file ngayon ng impeachment after a thorough investigation kung paano ginamit yung pondo ni Inday, malamang diretso nang ma-impeach si Inday. Itong matigas na pangitain, mga kababayan, matigas na statement ni Martin, ito yung pangitain.
As we proceed with these deliberations, let us work with confidence and urgency. We have a duty to pass the 2025 General Appropriations Bill swiftly and to do so with integrity, ensuring that the nation's goals are met and that every Filipino benefits from the fruits of our labor. Patuloy nating itaguyod ang responsableng pamahala sa pondo ng bayan, palakasin ang ating ekonomiya at itaguyod ang kaunlaran ng bawat Pilipino tungo sa isang bagong Pilipinas. Together, we will deliver a budget that serves the best interests of the people, fulfill the goals of the 8-point socio-economic agenda, and contributes to the realization of the Philippine Development Plan 2023 to 2028. Maraming salamat po. Padayon.
So yan po mga kababayan, yung naging speech. Kuwan lang po siya, maiksi lang. Umabot ng 6 minutes. Opening statement ni Martin Romualdez sa plenary deliberation ng national budget. Ngayon, ito yung chairman committee on appropriation, si Congressman Saldico ng Ako Bicol. Nasabi ni Inday, si Saldico at saka si Martin Romualdez lang yung nagdidikta ng budget. Ang may control ng budget ng buong Pilipinas. Nag-deliver din siyempre ng kanyang speech si Saldico. Pakinggan natin mga kababayan yung kanyang speech.
Colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, today we as representatives of the people gather as a collective body to exercise the power of the purse, a sacred duty entrusted to us by the Constitution. This power shapes national policy and directs the nation's trajectory. Today, it is with great responsibility and honor that I stand before you to sponsor the House Bill number 10800, or the 2025 General Appropriations Bill. The fulfillment of one of Congress' most vital responsibilities. This measure proposes 4.405 trillion pesos in new appropriations, consisting of 4.247 trillion pesos in program new appropriations and 158.67 billion pesos in unprogrammed appropriations. On July 29, 2024, through the Department of Budget and Management, the President submitted within the prescribed time the proposed 2025 budget. Soon after the submission, your Committee on Appropriations immediately got to work and conducted budget briefings and hearings from August 5 to September 10, 2024. We spent long hours to flesh out the projects, activities, and programs of the entire Philippine government. Today, we deliberate on that proposal as one body, ensuring that it reflects our commitment to the Filipino people. Nagbibigay ng katangi-tanging kapangyarihan sa ating saligang batas sa mababang kapulungan ng Kongreso upang pagmulan ng pagbuo ng taunang gastusin ng pamahalaan. Ang pambansang budget bilang kinatawan ng taong bayan, tungkulin natin tiyakin na ang yaman ng pamahalaan ay nakatalaga ng wasto, patas at mahusay. Tinutupad natin ang sinupang tungkulin na papaglingkuran ang sambayanan. Ang pambansang budget ang siyang plano ng pamahalaan sa mga usaping pinansyal. Ipinapakita nito kung ano-ano ang mahalaga at mga gusto nating mangyari sa kagyat at sa pangmatagalan. Walang pera ang maaaring gastusin mula sa kaban ng bayan ng labag sa batas.
May patama din pala, mga kababayan, si Congressman Saldico. Kala ko si Speaker Martin lang. Sa bagay, silang dalawa, mga kababayan, yung binanata ni Inday. Di ba?
Kaya't mahalaga ang pagpasa ng General Appropriations Bill. Pinopondohan nito ang mga pampublikong programa at proyekto. Tinitiyak ang epektibong paghahatid ng mahalagang serbisyo at itinataguyod ang pag-unlad ng pangbansang ekonomiya at lipunan. The proposed total national budget for 2025 is 6.352 trillion pesos. The sum of the program new appropriations of 4.247 trillion pesos and the 2.105 trillion pesos in automatic appropriations constitute the appropriations cover for the budget. This year's budget theme is Agenda for Prosperity, fulfilling the needs and aspirations of the Filipino people. It aligns with the following three pillars of the Philippine Development Plan 2023 to 2028. The first pillar aims to develop and protect the capabilities of individuals and families. Nakasentro sa bawat mamamayan at pamilyang Pilipino. Inuuna ang edukasyon, kalusugan at proteksyon ng panlipunan. Human and social development will receive 2.120 trillion pesos or 33.38% of the budget to ensure the Filipinos are empowered and protected. The second pillar seeks to transform production as to generate more quality jobs and competitive products and services. Layon ng 1.852 trillion pesos na nakatalaga dito ang makagawa ng maraming trabaho habang sinusuportahan ang agrikultura at ang industrial na modernisasyon ng Pilipinas. This will ensure our country's sustainable economic growth. The third pillar endeavors to create enabling environment encompassing institutions and physical natural environments. Makakatanggap ng malaking pondo ang mga programa sa infrastruktura at pamamahala. It will modernize public services, boost connectivity, and enhance climate resilience. Nakapailalim at sa tatlong haliging ito ang legacy projects ng Pangulo, ang Legacy Specialty Hospitals, Legacy on Food Security, at Legacy Housing para sa mahihirap. Nakasentro ang atensyon ng pamahalaan na tiyaking may maayos tayong mga ospital para alagaan ang mga Pilipino, may sapat tayong pagkain at may disenteng tirahan. In terms of sectors, the 2025 budget allocates significant resources to, number one, education. It remains the top priority with 977.6 billion pesos dedicated to ensuring accessible and quality education for all. Number two, public works and highways. It will receive 900 billion pesos to address infrastructure gaps, including flood control, roads, and bridges. Number three, health. It gets 297.6 billion pesos to enhance healthcare services and ensure universal health coverage. Number four, defense and social welfare. Respectively, they will receive 256.1 billion pesos and 230.1 billion pesos to maintain peace and order and safeguard the most vulnerable sectors of Philippine society. Looking ahead to 2025, the Philippine economy is projected to grow between 6.5% and 7.5%. This forecast signals not only our economic growth or strength, but also our collective commitment to sustain development. Our country remains on an upward trajectory with consistency and continued determination. We are poised to achieve upper middle income status by 2025, a milestone that will bring about new opportunities and improve living standards for our people. Amidst this expected economic growth and significant budgetary allocations to priority areas, reducing poverty remains a continuing and complex battle. Ganun pa man, tama ang direksyon natin. The 2023 official poverty indicates that our efforts are yielding results. Poverty incidence dropped to 15.5% from 18.1% in 2021. This equivalent to lifting 2.45 million Filipinos out of poverty. Similarly, the number of food-poor individuals fell to 4.484 million pesos from 6.5 million during the same period. While these gains are encouraging, the goal of reducing poverty to a single-digit 9% by 2028 remains a formidable challenge. Achieving this requires sustained investment in education, healthcare, job creation, and social protection. Mahalagang masiguro ng paglago ng ekonomiya ay magdudulot ng konkreto at positibong transformasyon sa buhay ng bawat or ng lahat ng Pilipino. Ang hamon sa atin ngayon ay patibayin ang mga nakamit na nating pagbabago, patuloy na abutin ang mga mahihirap at bumuo ng isang lipunan na ang lahat ay kasama sa pag-unlad. As we deliberate on the proposed budget, I appeal to every member of the esteemed body to prioritize the timely approval of the General Appropriations Bill for the fiscal year 2025. The prompt passage of this bill is critical to ensuring that government programs are implemented efficiently, eradicating poverty and benefiting every Filipino, especially those in most need. In the words of Nelson Mandela, overcoming poverty is not a task of charity. It is an act of justice. Like slavery and apathy, poverty is not natural. It is man-made. It can be overcome and eradicated by the action of human beings. Let us, as one Congress, join hands in ensuring that this budget reflects the aspirations of our people, aligned with our vision for equitable progress and fosters sustainable growth. Let us, in this chamber, dutifully exercise the power to shape the future of our nation toward prosperity for all Filipinos. With this, I humbly seek the approval of this body of the 2025 General Appropriations Bill under House Bill number 10800. Maraming salamat po, and my God bless us, our endeavors. Thank you.
Sa mga naghanap ng malinis and spacious fitness gym, pumunta lang po kayo sa aming Colossal Fitness Gym. We also offer Grab Car Rental with our brand new 2023 model ng Toyota Innova. We also accept booking for those who are planning to travel via PAL, Cebu Pacific, and other airline companies, local and international, and bills payment for Meralco Bills, PLDT, Aleco Bills, etc. Ang Colossal Fitness Gym is located at 3rd floor Security Bank Building, Landco Business Park, Legazpi City, Albay. For inquiries, look for Chilon Maravillas. Contact number 0966-802-0949. Yan yung aming Innova. Lagi na pong matao sa amin. Pati mga foreigners po, tingnan ninyo. Mga British tourists sila. Ang lalaki ng katawan na, mga kababayan, nag-gym sa amin. Ito naman po, Indian National. Ito mga mga European sila. Ito naman yung bago naming product na binibenta online, Eye Glow Serum. Whitening po siya galing sa South Korea. Tingnan ninyo yung epekto sa aking anak na architect entrepreneur, Riz Maravillas. For inquiries, look for Riz Maravillas on FB. Ito naman po, Firmax Firming and Lifting Cream. Pinapahid po ito sa mga pulses and affected area. Mainam po ito sa mga pains at paninigas na mga kaso-kasuan. Ito po, Automax Radiant Serum. Sa mukha naman yung application. Anti-aging po siya. You will look 10 years younger than your age. Sa mga cancer patients naman po, baka lang gusto niyo itong itry. Nengxia Red Mix Fruit Drink. Hindi man po siya gamot, food supplement siya. Kaya lang, gawa siya mga kababayan sa goji berry. Yung goji berry may anti-cancer properties. Yung mga inquiries ninyo, dumiretso na lang kayo sa aming messenger sa Facebook para masagot namin agad. Ayos po, ako po si Dante Maravillas. Bye-bye. God bless.